On a typical night in the bright chaos of Times Square, thousands of glowing screens compete for attention. But recently, one image has stood out among the flashing advertisements and towering digital billboards: the face of Bruno Mars. Towering above the crowds in the heart of New York City, a massive display celebrates his newest musical chapter, the album The Romantic. The spectacle has quickly become a symbol of the singer's enduring influence. As the billboard lights up the crossroads of the world, it signals more than just an album promotion. It represents a major return for one of pop music's most consistent hitmakers. For fans and industry insiders alike, the moment underscores how Bruno Mars continues to shape modern pop culture while maintaining the timeless charisma that first made him a global superstar. The campaign around The Romantic marks one of the most visible album launches of the year. Streaming platforms including Spotify, YouTube, Amazon Music, and Pandora have all highlighted the project prominently on their homepages. The coordinated push has helped bring the album's romantic atmosphere to millions of listeners worldwide within days of its release. For Bruno Mars, whose real name is Peter Jean Hernandez, moments like this are the result of years of relentless dedication to craft. Born in Honolulu, Hawaii, he grew up surrounded by music. His father was a percussionist and his mother a singer and dancer. From an early age, Mars was performing on stage, sometimes impersonating Elvis Presley for tourists in Waikiki. That childhood experience did more than entertain audiences; it forged a performer who understood the power of showmanship. After moving to Los Angeles as a young adult, Mars struggled to find his place in the industry. Early recording contracts failed, and several songs he wrote were initially rejected. But persistence eventually paid off when he began writing hits for other artists, including songs that climbed the charts before the public even knew his name. His breakthrough moment came when he released his debut album Doo-Wops and Hooligans in 2010, featuring global hits like Just the Way You Are and Grenade. Those songs introduced a performer who blended pop, soul, and vintage influences into something both nostalgic and fresh. Over the next decade, Bruno Mars became one of the most reliable hitmakers in modern music. Albums such as Unorthodox Jukebox and 24K Magic produced chart-topping singles and Grammy wins, solidifying his place among the most influential pop artists of the 21st century. His ability to cross genres from funk to R&B to pop has been central to his success. Mars doesn't just perform music, he revives entire eras. Critics have frequently compared his stage presence to legends like Michael Jackson and Prince, praising the way he combines choreography, live instrumentation, and vocal precision. That dedication to performance was on full display during his collaboration with Anderson, .Paak and the duo Silk Sonic. Their 2021 album An Evening with Silk Sonic revived the sound of 1970s soul and produced the Grammy-winning hit Leave the Door Open. The project reminded audiences that Mars thrives when blending old-school style with modern production. Now, with The Romantic, the singer appears to be exploring another emotional dimension. The album leans into themes of love, nostalgia, and vulnerability, offering a softer but equally polished side of his artistry. According to music industry analysts, the concept reflects Mars' long-standing fascination with classic soul records. Bruno understands the emotional core of pop music, said veteran producer Mark Ronson in a recent interview. Ronson, who previously collaborated with Mars on the global hit Uptown Funk, praised the singer's dedication to detail. He studies the structure of timeless songs. Every chord, every lyric, every groove has intention. Music critics have also noted that the marketing rollout for The Romantic mirrors the scale of Mars' ambitions. By placing a massive digital advertisement in Times Square, one of the most photographed locations in the world, the campaign instantly became a social media moment. Tourists began posting videos of the towering billboard, while fans online celebrated the visual symbol of the album's launch. Industry strategist Carla Mendes described the move as a perfect blend of nostalgia and modern marketing. She explained that Times Square promotions often serve as cultural signals within the entertainment business. When an artist dominates those screens, it tells the world the label believes in the project. It's a statement. For longtime fans, however, the album represents more than a marketing campaign. It reflects the return of an artist who rarely releases music but consistently delivers high-impact moments when he does. Unlike many contemporary pop stars who release new songs every few months, Bruno Mars is known for long creative breaks between projects. During those years, he often focuses on refining songs, experimenting with sounds, and collaborating quietly behind the scenes. That patience has helped him maintain a reputation for quality over quantity. In an era dominated by streaming algorithms and rapid releases, Mars' slower approach stands out. It is also one reason his music often feels carefully crafted rather than rushed. Behind the scenes, collaborators describe a perfectionist who spends hours adjusting arrangements and vocal takes. Recording engineer Charles Moniz once recalled sessions lasting late into the night while Mars fine-tuned small musical details. "He'll redo a line 10 times if it doesn't feel right," Moniz said, "but when it finally clicks, the result is magic." That meticulous approach has paid off in remarkable career achievements. Bruno Mars has sold tens of millions of albums worldwide and accumulated billions of streams. He has also won numerous Grammy Awards and headlined some of the most watched performances in modern television history, including multiple appearances at the Super Bowl halftime show. Yet despite his global fame, Mars has managed to maintain a relatively private personal life. Friends say he prefers spending time in the studio rather than chasing constant media attention. That quiet focus has helped him avoid many of the controversies that often surround major celebrities. Cultural critics argue that this balance between mystery and visibility has become part of his appeal. "Bruno Mars feels classic in a way many modern stars don't," said music journalist Dana Fields. "He's not constantly online. When he returns with a new project, it feels like an event." The release of The Romantic appears to follow that same philosophy. Rather than flooding audiences with singles months in advance, the campaign built anticipation through visual spectacle and strategic streaming placement. As fans discovered the album across platforms, the romantic theme gradually spread through playlists, social media clips, and fan discussions. For younger listeners, the project also serves as an introduction to Mars' musical influences. Many of the album's sounds draw inspiration from vintage soul, R&B ballads, and classic pop arrangements, styles that shaped American music long before the streaming era. In that sense, Bruno Mars functions not just as an entertainer but as a bridge between generations. His music reminds audiences that pop culture often moves forward by rediscovering the past. As crowds continue to gather beneath the glowing billboards of Times Square, the towering image of Bruno Mars serves as a visual reminder of that legacy. The singer who once performed Elvis impersonations as a child in Hawaii now commands one of the most famous intersections on Earth. For an artist whose career has already spanned more than a decade of chart dominance, the moment feels both celebratory and symbolic. It suggests that Bruno Mars is not merely revisiting the spotlight, he is redefining how a modern pop icon evolves. And if the excitement surrounding The Romantic is any indication, the next chapter of Bruno Mars' story may be just beginning. When the giant screens of Times Square light up, the world notices. This time, the spotlight belongs to Bruno Mars. The global pop icon is once again capturing attention as massive digital billboards in the heart of New York City promote his latest musical era and celebrate the release of his new album, The Romantic. In this video, we take a closer look at why Bruno Mars continues to dominate the music industry more than a decade after his breakthrough. From his early rise with chart-topping hits to becoming one of the most influential performers of his generation, Bruno Mars has built a career defined by timeless songwriting, electrifying performances, and a deep connection to classic soul and pop traditions. The launch of The Romantic marks a significant moment for Bruno Mars and for the American pop landscape. The album's promotion across major streaming platforms such as Spotify, YouTube, and Amazon Music highlights how Bruno Mars continues to shape modern music while honoring the sounds that inspired him. Why does this release matter now? For many fans and industry observers in the United States, Bruno Mars represents a rare combination of old-school artistry and modern pop appeal. His latest project could signal the beginning of a new chapter in his already remarkable career. Watch the full report to discover the story behind the album, the cultural impact of Bruno Mars, and why his influence continues to resonate with millions of fans worldwide.